What's up? I'm Patrick and welcome to ISW Reacts. Today I'm reacting to EPICA Unleashed. I've heard one song by EPICA so far, which is Cry for the Moon. I've reacted to that a couple of weeks ago actually, and I really loved it and I definitely wanted to hear more from them. Unleashed was a song that was recommended a few times in the comments, so I thought I'm going with that. This is also live at the Symphonic Synergy. I'm loving discovering this genre of symphonic metal that I don't know much about yet, so I'm excited to check this song out. If you want to support me and my channel and get your requests reacted to as fast as possible, the link to my Buy Me a Coffee page is in the description, or you can scan the QR code. Thank you very much. Before we start, please also leave a like, consider subscribing, and now let's just get into it. The atmosphere is crazy. Such a beautiful voice. Oh, goosebumps. A little darker. Wow. I've got chills all over my body. That was amazing. That was beautiful. It was heavy. It was epic. Oh, crazy. The balance they are creating between this epic orchestral feeling, those heavy guitars, this metal sound, and those incredibly melodic, catchy vocal lines is so impressive. Wow. I think it's really interesting because the song's got both weight but also space for these emotional melodic moments. It's not like a blazing fast song, but it's not a ballad either, and it's shifting in the song, having some really surprising moments, just perfect. I mean, do I even have to say something about the impressive vocals? They are so clean, they are so powerful, the delivery still feels so emotional. It almost sounds like yearning in some parts. It's crazy how she can match the lifts of the whole instrumentation, of the whole music, with those big, huge moments and climaxes, and she can go with that, even though you feel like it's crazy powerful what she's doing with her voice, even in the quieter parts, and then she just puts the vocals on another level to create this emotional lift. That's really, really impressive. What I noticed in comparison to the first and only song I've heard so far by them is that this one had no unclean vocals. So I don't know if the other song was the exception, or this is the exception, or if it's just balanced. Let me know in the comments. But I didn't miss them in this song. I think this was perfect as it is and didn't need any extra layers of unclean vocals, because in her clean vocals she put on a great range of emotions and of crescendos and of variety, so that's great as it is. Of course, the first part was really epic, almost had some little vibes of folk in it. Maybe that's just me, who doesn't know much about these kinds of music. But yeah, a great vibe, a great introduction. Could be a great song in itself, only her voice and an orchestra. But then the moment the whole band joins in, I said it, I completely got goosebumps. This took the whole atmosphere of the song to the next stage, with big distorted guitars, a great drumming with some really cool fills, and the song still keeps developing. It has a little shift in the mood in between, when the choir first, just the male choir, I think, joins in. It gets a little darker atmosphere wise and builds up and keeps building up, keeps developing until the end of the song, with more great tension building and release moments that are just huge and just epic. Also, the vocals kind of escalate towards the end again, even more. Gets even more intense, even more dramatic, even more layering. Just a big climactic moment to the end of the song. Just awesome. Lyrically, I feel like this song is like a reflection on feeling trapped by time, with a yearning to break free and reclaim your true self. I can especially sense some kind of regret that comes while looking back in the past. And I think the passing of time is emphasizing more on mortality, loss, and generally the painful side of time. But it also shows that some kind of reawakening might be possible, and that's what she's aiming for. So there's a little glimpse of hope, I guess. I think those are pretty emotional lyrics that possibly many of us have thought about, right? At least I personally sometimes get the thoughts about transience and how time flies by, how quickly I'm getting old, and the question if I'm wasting time with some things that I will maybe regret later. So I think it's important to do what makes you happy and what fulfills you, because sometimes you hear people saying how long the life is, and maybe that you should keep working now so that you will have time for yourself later in your life. And I kind of get that, but at the same time, I think every moment is valuable, and we're living in the present. We don't know what will happen next. I learned about that a little bit a couple of years ago when I got pretty sick, and I suddenly realized how quickly things can take a wrong turn. And since then, I'm even more actively trying to enjoy most things in my life, so that I won't have the regrets later on that the song is kind of talking about. So that was a brief digression into my personal life and feelings. Sorry about that. Let me know what you get out of this song, out of the lyrics, out of the music. I personally really enjoyed it. I found it really epic, really beautiful, with bonus points for lyrics that kind of got me thinking a little bit, even if it's maybe not even the meaning of the song or the intention of the song. But I think that's what lyrics are kind of for as well, right? Leaving some interpretation, getting people to think about your music and your song. So I had a lot of fun with that as well. Overall, just a great song. I would love to check out more by them. Please let me know what other songs by them I should check out, or if you have any other artists that you would like me to react to, please also let me know. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.